Most of the borrowers we work with have tried to get a traditional mortgage and we're told no. I'm Tom Waters. I am head of residential lending here at First National. I've been with the bank for 16, 17 years. First National Bank of America, we're a federally chartered bank. We work in all states. Whether it's from California to Maine to Florida to Texas, you name it, we're able to originate mortgages for you in every single state. It's unique because being a federally chartered bank, we're able to lend in all 50 states. Most of our competitors and most of the lenders that are in the non-QM industry like First National are either they're state specific, they're licensed in certain states, we're licensed in all 50. The difference between a QM and a non-QM loan and a traditional mortgage and a non-traditional mortgage is how you qualify as far as your income, which is also known as the ability to repay. So when you're looking to qualify for a mortgage, whether it's a QM or non-QM, you have to prove you can make the monthly payments. Traditional lenders are really going to be picky and make sure that you have enough income, and your tax returns are going to show that. If your tax returns don't show enough income, you're probably going to have a problem getting a traditional loan. In comes First National with a non-QM. We have ways to get around that. If you don't qualify for a QM loan, a qualified mortgage through Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, FHA, First National will help you with a non-QM loan. We leave to other lenders and other banks to do the qualified mortgages. We're out to help the person that can't find a way to get home. Most of the borrowers we work with have tried to get a traditional mortgage and we're told no. Whether it's I haven't been on the job long enough, I haven't been self-employed long enough, I don't show enough income on my tax returns, my credit score sometimes might be a little bit less than a traditional lender might want it to be. Those are reasons First National says, don't give up. Call First National, go online and find First National, find us, because we're going to help you. With all those scenarios I just gave, we're going to find a way to get around those where the traditional lender won't. Hey, if you can't prove your income through your tax returns, how are you going to prove your income? Bank statements or maybe a profit and loss statement that your CPA or your accountant helped you with. Traditional lenders don't want that. They don't want to look at your bank statements for 12 months or a profit and loss for the last 12 months because they deem that to be a high risk. Like, you can't prove your income on your tax returns, you're probably not going to be able to make this payment on this mortgage because you probably don't have enough income. Not the case with us. We're basically saying the opposite. We know you have enough income. As long as you show us your 12 months of bank statements, we don't see it as any more risk. We see you as a good borrower who's going to make your monthly payments. We want to do a mortgage for you. Many people we work with, we're told no, they don't qualify for a traditional mortgage where it may be a 3.5% or 5% down payment, 10% or 20%. But you can get a smaller down payment from a traditional lender. But you also have to qualify for that. So if you don't qualify for the smaller down payment with a traditional lender, you may have to go non-QM. Typically, when doing a mortgage with First National, we're going to require a minimum of 15% down payment. Now, that doesn't mean everybody qualifies for that minimum of 15%. We hope you do, because that's the smallest down payment we allow. But often what happens, you may have to put 20% down or even 25 or 30%. A lot of it has to do with a few reasons, but one is credit score. The lower your credit score is going to be, the more down payment, because First National is probably taking a little bit more of a risk with you because you have a lower credit score. So we're going to require a little bit more down payment. A big thing with more down payment than the 15% has to do with property type. So a single family owner-occupied stick-built home, and you qualify credit-wise, you're going to be able to probably put 15% down versus I'm buying a single-wide mobile home. We love single-wide mobile homes. We love to give a loan on a single-wide mobile home to you, but it's going to require you to put 30% down. We look at it as a little bit higher risk property type. Mobile homes, they don't appreciate so much in value, where single-family home typically does. We're also going to allow you, if you say, I only have 5% down payment, we're going to allow you to get a gift for the rest of the down payment. So if you're putting a 15% down payment and you only have 5%, you have to figure out how you're going to get the other 10%, right? And we allow you to go to a friend, a family member, parent, anyone that's going to want to help you buy a home to give you that gift. What's important to us is we're lending money and there's money put down so you would have skin in the game. You're putting something down, which basically shows you have the ability to repay. We look at FICO score, look at credit score just like a traditional lender would. But we allow you to have less of a credit score than a traditional lender and still qualify under our non-QM rules. I mentioned earlier, a traditional lender might say, hey, your score's too low, can't help you. No. We might say, yeah, your score is low, but we're going to look at alternative things. What other things do you have besides your credit score that are positive? We originate mortgages for both people who have a Social Security number and those people who have an ITIN number, tax identification number. So many people in the United States don't have a Social Security number because they may not be a citizen in the United States. However, they're good, hardworking taxpayers. In order to file a tax return in the United States, you either have to have a Social Security number or an ITIN number. These good, hardworking people are working, they have an ITIN number, and they're filing their taxes and paying taxes. We'll do a loan for you. We'll originate, we'll give you a mortgage, Social Security number or ITIN number. That is unique throughout the United States in all 50 states. It's very unique. We do something that many mortgage companies or banks do, which is the ITIN mortgage. When using an ITIN, instead of having a Social Security number, you qualify the same, which I think is a beautiful thing here at First National. If you have an ITIN, you're no different than if you have a Social Security number. You're working, you're making money, you're putting a down payment on a home, and you're paying your taxes. You're no different. We treat you no different. Only thing that's different is you have one number versus another number. In our minds, that's it. And one of the things that's really cool about First National is we are very unique in the sense that we do unique properties. You know, we don't live by giving you just a mortgage for a single family owner occupied home. We love those. We'll do them all day long. But here's the thing that's unique about us. We're also going to give a loan or a mortgage to a borrower who says, I just want to buy a piece of vacant land to build a home on, or maybe even to use as recreational property, to hunt, or to put a mobile home on eventually. We're going to do a loan for vacant land. Okay, that's really unique. I mentioned earlier mobile homes. Not many traditional lenders want to work with a mobile home, especially a single wide mobile home. We love them. You may qualify all day long as far as income and credit score, but you want to buy a 1970 mobile home. And traditional lender, honestly, a traditional lender may say, we don't do anything less than 1976. If it's a nice mobile home, we're going to get an appraisal on it. If the value is there and you have the credit, you have the income, we want to lend to you for that mobile home. When we lend against mobile homes, we do make sure it's affixed to the property. We don't want the mobile home actually going down the highway after we lend on it. So you can imagine we want to make sure it's affixed, which is standard. We also do not lend against mobile homes in parks. So the real estate, the ground it's on, has to be part of the loan. If you want to buy a mobile home and someone says no to you at a traditional lender, First National gets that type of loan done all day long. Generally, we're closing loans within a 30-day period. Have we closed them in 15 days? Yes. Have we closed them in 35 days, 40 days? Yes. And on average, right around 30 calendar days it takes us to close a loan. So much of that has to do with our staff working with a borrower like you to make sure everything's tidy and in order. So what delays those 30 days, or if we go above the average of 30 days, is because we're usually not getting the documentation we need from you in order to get your loan to the closing table. Those people who say, hey, whatever you need, I'll help you with. I'm talking borrowers who are working with us and are willing to, within 24 hours, get us what we need to help them. It's gonna fly through. So know your income, have a good idea, because we're gonna ask about that over the phone. We have no documentation. You have that documentation. So get an idea of what kind of income and general idea for us. Also get a really good idea of what kind of payment you want to make. Most people are already paying rent, or maybe already own a home, but you have a monthly payment right now, unless you're living rent-free. But if you have an idea, if I'm paying X amount in rent today, how much do I feel like I can afford if I buy a home? Have a good idea, because we want to make sure you're comfortable. So if you're paying rent $1,000 today and you're thinking, I think I can afford a $1,500 payment, that's important for us to know, because we're going to pre-qualify you based on a $1,500 payment, something you can afford. It would be crazy if I said, well, here's something, how about a $500,000 mortgage for $4,000 a month, and you're thinking, I want to be closer to $1,500. We want to be closer to $1,500 because that's what you're comfortable with. Not everyone qualifies. We wish we could qualify 100% of the people that come in. There might be something that we can't help you with at the time, because maybe you have only been self-employed for 7 months. Well, we need you to be self-employed for 12 months to qualify for a mortgage at First National. Traditional lenders need you to be self-employed for 2 years. So you can see already, we only need 12 months. For example, if you're only self-employed 7 months, we're going to say, you're wonderful. We're going to try to get it done at only self-employed for 7 months, but most likely we're going to have to stay in touch with you over the next 5 months, because when 12 months hits, we want to do a mortgage for you. So we call that a game plan. You don't qualify for several reasons. It could be maybe your credit score is way too low, or maybe you don't have enough down payment, or maybe your income right now is not enough. We're not going to just give up on you and say, good luck to you, because we know we're the ones that are there to help you. We might have to give it a little bit more time. Sometimes 2 more months before you qualify, sometimes another year, but we're going to stay in touch with you. So most of our borrowers either are picking up the phone and calling us because they're looking for a non-QM lender, and because they're in a non-QM situation, whether it's property type, credit score, not enough income on paper. They're picking up the phone calls, or they're going online. Either way, if you call us and you're picking up the phone and calling us, we're going to answer right away. And we're going to talk it through with you, your situation, find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. If you go online and you found us online, within 24 hours, usually same day, just depends on the time of day, we're going to get in touch with you, either through phone or email. We want to talk to you about your situation. It's really important that we know what you're looking to do, so we can put a non-QM around your situation. The best way to find us is fnba.com/mortgage.